Hi everybody, it's Dan McLaughlin with Navigate Risk Advisors. Really excited to announce a video series that we've just completed here with Navigate and some of our partners on group health insurance that will be led by Steph Ricketts, and it'll be all about answering questions for employers and their employees for group health insurance. Please follow, and we look forward to seeing you then.
I'm Stephanie Ricketts at Navigate Risk Advisors. I'm back with Aaron Whitwer, Daniel Clausen from Humankind Health Consulting. We're talking about healthcare costs and how to strategize. And right now, I'd like to know what kind of techniques, strategies, and techniques you consider that both of our companies can help reduce healthcare costs for our employers.
Sure. You know, when we address healthcare costs with employers, we're always taking a health first stance with them to help them understand, you know, why are we going to make these suggestions that we're about to make? It's all through the lens of improving the social determinants of health, right? Decreasing health disparities for these employees, which seems like a strange way when we're asking about healthcare costs because it's all about health insurance. But for us, it's really about bridging those gaps of access to care, access to quality care, you know, and that reduces cost. We see that. So more often than not, what we're doing is talking about how can we trim some of the costs that are going to happen? Meaning there aren't going to be less knee replacements for an employer this year. We're just hoping to spend less for equal quality or better. And those are just that's just a simple example. So having a network that costs less but is of equal quality is extremely important, because if you consider a lower economic underserved population, they're still going to need knee replacements. But if their deductible is too high or the cost is too high for both them and the employer, then we've reduced the opportunity for them to actually have that knee replacement. So by adjusting that network so that they can get access to that care they need, everybody saves money, and it increased their access to care.
And for you, employer, who is trying to understand what you need to do to help your employees, we're identifying those gaps. We are helping to put those resources for those employees that do need help getting to a high quality, low cost care, that they're not necessarily running to the emergency room every single time they have an ailment. So that's what we're focused on and trying to help employees.
What kind of companies have had success with bridging a gap and making a partnership?
Sure. Employers of all sizes have taken us and taken this general strategy out around the country. I've seen employers as large as Walmart who really were early adopters of this kind of value-based design 20 years ago. And worked with employers as small as 28 who have done the exact same thing. Just realizing that if they're in a blue-collar environment, an underserved environment, the major struggle for people is the affordability of the care. And so if all we do is work with the employer on helping them understand that better affordability increases access, which increases people's utilization of the plan, that's a good thing, as long as that utilization doesn't, you know, blow it up and make it way more expensive.
Yeah.
But that's bridging a gap in health disparities for people who traditionally don't have access.
Yeah.
And Mr. Employer, I believe that what you're telling me is large group, small group, whatever the size, this is something that can be done together.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I would actually go a step further and say that it's necessary. It is necessary because of the way our healthcare system is built. We together are building bridges for you, the employer.
Yeah, this isn't exclusive to large employers. If 98% and change percent of the employers are under 100, that's the majority of the companies that have been doing this, because they realize they have to.
Yeah. And here in Ohio, I would say it's a lot of small mom and pop shops.
Sure.
It isn't all large group.
No.
So that's something that we can work together.
Absolutely.
Can you all help me define health equity?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to start by answering that question by helping understand equity versus equality. Equality means that everyone is given the same resources, the same tools to help themselves be healthier. Health equity actually focuses on individual needs for the employee. So, for example, if I'm struggling with food insecurity and Aaron is also struggling with food insecurity, we have two different needs. I am a family of two, he is a family of four, and by addressing those needs as the employer, you're going to have more productive employees and they're going to be happy and supportive of their employer.
I hear exactly what you're saying. And by helping our employers know their total employee population, the entire population makes a very successful company.
Yes, exactly.
Navigate with Navigate Risk Advisor.